What's happening? What's happening, good people? How are you guys doing out there? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha, Wright, aka Key Lolo, coming to you live and direct from Cleveland, Ohio, where it was a little cooler today.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it really was. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We're,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
starting off. We're starting off cold.
You're starting off cold. Well, y'all know who that is. Cold blooded. Speaking of cold blooded, cold blooded, cold blooded is my co-host, my BMF, right?
What's
Cheryl
up?
Morrow, aka what's happening, boo?
What's
Cheryl, what's happening? Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle, is in the heathen, and boy, is we excited to be with you guys. This is going to be a wonderful, wonderful topic. We are on our me, our 46th episode. And so y'all know Kilo had messed up the interviews, right? So I thought we was having Melanie Higgins, today, but actually she's next week. We'll get Miss Baba the following week. So today we're gonna just keep the topic going, which is all about sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. But we're talking about sisterhood in a very interesting kind of a way today. So in case you are new to the platform and you're wondering, what have I just scrolled over to? You have just tuned in to America's favorite podcast. I'm about Afro hair. My name is Ladosha Wright, and over there to the opposite side of the screen is my lovely business partner, co-host BMF, Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And this particular platform, you're going to put your helmets on. You're over on planet Pluto Pseudo. Hopefully, you arrived on your favorite mothership. You got your little spaceship or whatever. And what we do here on this platform is we really address, tackle, talk about, pick on, glorify, put it down, anything that's happening in the professional world of hair, skin, and nails. So this particular podcast is really geared towards professionals and hair aficionados. So some people are just hair nerds, they're hair junkies like me and Cheryl, or maybe you're one of those people who are like, I just like everything hair. You got to be pretty weird. Like, Cheryl, when did you become a hair junkie? I love to care about hair, read about hair, research hair, make products for hair, like you got to be really, really about this life. And if you about this hair life, put that in there about this hair life in the chat. Because this platform is not for everybody. So Cheryl, when did you like this bug that bit me and I'm all the way in? I'm not, the venom is in me. That's it.
I don't think I had a choice, but I would say
A lot of people, founders of from back in the day, their kids are not necessarily into hair, so. But you said you didn't have a choice.
I mean,
But at
but
some point, you was like, I like this.
But I would say this is some good. This is a good thing, and it's a bad thing. My dad was like he was kind of like a mad scientist. He was a suit and tie, but he was a country Bama freaking Dr. Doolittle.
But hair talk to him, huh? Hair was like, come here, let me tell you something, Willie. Hair was like Zap.
Right.
Hey, Willie boy, you got more bounce to the ounce? What y'all know about this Zap?
Right. He would like look at people and they would have natural hair or they would have some hair or something, and he would be paying attention to what they're saying. He ain't listening to shit these are y'all saying. He looking at that hair and say, excuse me, can I just want one little sample. Can I just get one sample? All right, Miss Morrow.
That's so cool. We can't say she definitely about that hair. You got thug life and then you got hair life. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be a HAIR. You come here, You need a stylist in your life because the hair ain't loving you right. You know what I'm saying? So we can say we can say I'm about that hair life. Theo is in the chat. My brother Shan is also in the chat. What's up? We got Instagram is live and direct. We just love everything Instagram. So Instagram has been rocking it out with us for a little over a month now. So we're always excited to have our family over on Instagram. Already they're hitting the thumb button. Oh, we got Kim T, the hairstylist. What's up, Kim T? How you doing out there? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We got some hairstylists in the chat, you know. So some people about that hair life, Cheryl. So tonight, you know, we have a we're going a little bit, you know, we're gonna swing to the left. Now, just a little reminder that this is the month of sisterhood, right? And so last week we had the beautiful, intelligent Dr. Leah Love. She was the multifaceted cosmetologist, and she really broke it down. She got a lot of reviews, a lot of questions came through over on Instagram. And please watch that again if you want to. We had, I got to get their name, the person's name. We'll get it during the break that actually recommended this. So we'll give her a big shout out that we put the previous live in the link so people can just see it right quick. So Cheryl said, just drop it in the chat. So there it is. It's in the chat. So Dr. Leah Love was with us last week. Next week, we're going to have the quintessential Melanie Higgins Day of You've Got Curls and Hair Loss Center. And then following that, we're going to have Miss Vava Voon, the lock hairtress. She's the natural hair expert coming out of North Carolina. And this is all in the name of sisterhood, in the name of Afro hair. So get ready for that. And then, of course, just shameless plug, we got the Afro Hair Science Summit that's going to be happening. And Cheryl has a wonderful treat for you guys. Going to love this. We're going to do that halfway through this podcast. So tonight, we are questioning, has natural hair become fake? Now, as cosmetologists and barbers and even natural hair professionals, this is a topic that's going to be really, you know, we going there. We got to go there because I'm trying to figure out why call it natural hair and then you use I mean, and then do you use it? I'm just saying. Why you looking all up? And I'm not anti-fake hair before I finish my statement. But I am a little, this has confused me as a licensed professional because when I first entered the cosmetology industry, people were just pretty open about having hair additions, be it a weave or a wig. That's what they were back, you know, just a wig or a weave. Now there are all types of names. And people really wasn't trying to pretend like it was their real hair. You remember the Jerry curl, the carefree curl, the way the California curl, people used to want to try to make it sound that was their natural hair. Remember that? Like some people didn't want anybody to know that they were chemically altering their hair. They wanted to try to pretend like, oh, this is how I don't have a chemical. But it was still their hair.
God. Yeah,
okay.
That was more with S curl.
With S curl. Okay, if you remember that, you know,
you kind of like throw it in there right quick
and then just coming back out. Like if you remember the S curl, right on, come on Instagram. I see y'all in the chat. What's going on Instagram? What's up, Miss Tiffany? Live, work, clean. What's happening? Y'all coming on through. If you remember the S curl, just go ahead and put that S in the chat. So Sean said it's really the S curl people who wanted to try to pretend like, you know, that was their little follow the drip, right? Well, now you have a natural hair movement. I wish I could find the video. Someone sent me a video and the gentleman was in the store and it was all these wigs, you know, and so the natural hair has become the most fake hair situation. What'd you say?
natural hair perpetrating the fraud.
I wish I could play some King T. You remember King T? Perpetrating. Perpetrating. Remember Ice Cube, Breeze, get played like an effing piano. Y'all remember that? They be perpetrating. Perpetrating. Do re mi, but I don't sing, mother. Hoo-hoo. I kick with the king. Just perpetrating. How did something natural become fake? They're in the chat. They're saying this is actually an excellent topic. And as a licensed cosmetologist, I don't understand. So Cheryl, we're going to go ahead on and we're going to hop into it. And I think we should hit it for maybe like 3 to 4 facets. If you would just entertain me, all right? So we at one point hair was natural, right? All right. So I'm just writing these down, y'all.
No. You need to say it different.
Hold on.
At one point, people were wearing their hair in a natural state, or they were saying that their hair was chemical free, right?
I don't see. What's up, JoJo? We got JoJo in the chat. Hey, JoJo, we about to get wicked up in here. Now, so that's why I say I don't know, because when I was brought up, if it was on your head, it was natural. I don't recall anybody really trying to say if you had a perm or a relaxer that your hair was fake. It was your hair and you had to have it combed.
No, I'm just making your point to that's what the natural hair care started, because you have to remember when we started getting on and started peeping people's locks, and we said, is that natural locks or is that some some fakeness up in the locks? We started questioning Whoopi's locks. We started questioning Erykah Badu's locks. We started questioning people's locks. That's where the start of, is it fake or is it a culture appropriation saying you natural, but you actually aren't?
Well, now, but you jumped the whole.
And then we had a break.
No,
right?
no. Wait a minute. I'm talking about back in the 60s. I was born in 67. Okay. I'm talking about see, it's some people in the chat that's not old enough. Juju, I know you're not old enough. Kay Washington, I'm sure you're not old enough. Miss Wike, Tiffany, Liv Berkeley. A lot of these people are not as old as you and I. And I know on Instagram, some of y'all probably don't recall that period when if it grew from your scalp, it was natural.
Yes.
And I need you guys to get
that was the definition. Absolutely.
Oh, look at Kay, like I'm 46. You still a tenderoni cake. Go on somewhere with your big wheel. Remember the big wheel? Kim, you got a little bit ways to go now, Kim. Hold on now, Kim. Kim, I'm 46. Go on, little tenderoni. I'm saying, like, Kim, do you remember back in the day when if it grew from your scalp?
Yes,
it was
that was the bare minimum.
Because if you was like today, these teenagers be wearing wigs, like full. Hey, we going ham tonight. Juju said that. Go. And when I was 12 years old, I just couldn't fathom a wig was for old people. Sorry, Joe Biden. Y'all leave Joe Biden alone. But anybody feeling me? Don't let Kilo be the only one that's gonna tell the truth according to proof.
We started at the bare minimum. Afro natural. There was no such thing as no suspect Afro. Now, when you had teeny weeny Afro, but you didn't go suspect up in there. and be trying to talk about no.
Because I mean, even like
Context has changed. Yes.
right. So now, but that don't make it right, Juju. I know I'm a little bit ahead of myself. I'm just trying to move us along the
Okay.
era because I think people are missing that. And Cheryl, I need you to kind of clarify. And I know you hate when I do this, because you say, Ladosha, I can't stand when you put that Afro, pick, with the fist,
Uh,
but I know I gotta do it because
I know.
remember now, to me, this is when the context changed, Juju. Now, if you guys are rolling with us, because we got to take you guys to how we get here as a licensed professional, I'm still trying to figure out how in the French toast ham bologna sandwich, now I'm gonna go into a buffalo chicken wrap. Did they get natural hair? They done wrote a law called the Crown Act, creating
Oh, God.
respectful, open world, for natural hair, but everybody got fake hair. They got the locks and the faux locks, and you just got to help me understand it. So, what I want to do is take us to a time when, if it grew from your scalp, it was natural, whether you had
Right.
a perm. Okay, so Cheryl is saying yes. So now,
We did not define it as cosmetic treatments. As long as it was growing out of your scalp, you are right. It
oh,
was deemed, considered a natural state and birth hair. Yes,
all
it
right.
was.
So what I did, so at some point we were having a problem. Hold on, let me pause right quick because LB, I gotta drop the bar. I gotta get a hand clap. LB that came through. Everybody was looking for you, LB. This is your time. Everybody, LB is in the chat. Give her a standing ovation. Instagram. This is this girl, she be down with me and Cheryl, her and our virtual co-host Sandra. They always down with us. So I had to give it to you, LB, because we was looking for you. I was on my way to shake her like, what up, boo? Okay, so now I digress.
Okay.
So now we have if it grew from your scalp, it was natural. So now here comes the Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to make a distinction.
Yes.
Take it away.
Okay.
Why? Now, we're not Black Panther historians, and I'm not a Black Panther. I know I look like one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't look like a Black Panther. No, okay. Anyhow. So now the Black Panthers are saying, we natural.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to pull a video, and you tell us in your opinion. And if you guys has got something you want to say, I can even drop the link in the chat. You guys can join in. You don't have to show your face, but I'll put that link in the chat. But at some point, the Black Panther was like, we ain't straightening our hair. We natural.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have a distinction. So Cheryl, what was that all about in your opinion with the hair? Now we got to
Right.
differentiate.
The commercial colloquial term was natural, right? That was what the hairstyle was called. However, they put Afro natural is what the original name was. Okay. Then they shortened it and went to natural. Then they went to fro. And then they just went to, fro, right? And then they went to Afro. But it was Afro natural because when Dr. Morrow wrote it in the Styling Negro Hair, 1962, he was creating a space for Black people to wear their natural hair. However, it wasn't opposing to pressing curls. It wasn't opposing to Afro, the conch. It wasn't opposing to all of that. It just was the time where, because you have to remember, the Afro comb is 8 years before the actual hairstyle. The comb came first, then the style. You can document it like on Flip Wilson and Mom's Mabley, it is called the Afro Natural.
Okay. So let
Okay.
me show them some pictures of the combs. Now these combs. Now, why did your dad? I mean, why did he feel the need to do this comb thing? Because you're saying your dad came out with these combs. Where's my dad comb? I was trying to find your dad. So
Yeah, you gotta go back up. Right there. That black one, the cake cut.
this
Yeah.
right one.
Yeah. The
Okay.
cake.
So this
Yeah.
is Dr. Willie Morrow's original.
Yeah. And then there was
Okay.
a pick form. These are 1964,
Hmm.
65, 66, 67. Okay. 68 was when John Carlos, Tommy Smith did the black glove at the Olympics in Mexico City. And then a Jewish company created the symbolism, and that's why you get the one with the fist. Okay? Has
All
nothing
right.
to
So let me find now. I'm just looking this up. You said the Black Fist Olympics, right?
Yeah, 1968.
All right. So let's get that image up. All right. So we got it because we got to take you guys. This is really, really important. Nobody's talking about it like we are doing this here on the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel and all the other platforms. But there's so many versions of this picture here. So the black fist became a symbol of, or was rather, a
Right,
symbol
right.
of what?
That's not synonymous with black people. The fist is European. It just means solidarity.
So the fist meant solidarity. All right, let
Mm-hmm.
me pump this up a little bit for y'all. Okay,
Well,
the fist meant. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Hoo, y'all know Kilolo. She gonna mess it up. Anybody gonna mess up this? Hey, Cheryl, how you doing, boo boo? If anybody gonna mess up how to share screen, it's gonna be me. But then one day we gonna have us a real live TV show, and then we gonna have somebody. So let me go back and let me share the screen. And so we got the black fist that meant solidarity, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, so the black fist meant solidarity. So how you said a Jewish company took that fist
And
and
took
put it.
the symbol, because you have to remember it was, they were compelled to do it because it represented black power, and then they made the combination of the fist and the comb, which created, the black power, which is my dad calls the Afro pick. Comb is the sixth man in the revolution. Okay. But the fist alone is not synonymous with black people. And the comb in and of itself is of the African continent, which is synonymous with black people. Okay.
What you talking about, Willis? Hold on now. Let me stop sharing. You always coming. That's why, when you got a best friend that's all smart, isn't it? What are you talking about? So you're saying that this is not synonymous with black people?
No, it just means solidarity. It means a lot of other races of people use this in 1914,
No,
1912.
I don't want to hear it. I need therapy. So Donald Trump can put his fist in the air.
He did. Yeah.
I digress.
That's not a black thing. No. Now, of
Well,
course, that is why John Carlos and Tommy Smith, that's why they used the glove. It was black. That's why they used the glove. They have a glove. Okay. One has his right hand up and the other one has his left hand up. Now they need to get on one point with the hand, but but when they originally did that, that was to show black power, and they put on black
so the black glove over the black fist meant
black power.
black. All right. Now we gonna play the clip with homegirl saying, "But we natural because we gotta try to figure out at what point did natural hair become fake." All right. That's what we're trying to figure out. Hold on, let me get my little. Hold on, let me cancel that one. Where's she at over here? Because y'all know I'll be fine. Okay, here she go. All right, there she go right there. So now let me pull her up. Now I don't know anybody that knows her, but this is Kathleen Cleaver. We used it in our documentary,
Yes,
okay?
yes, yes.
So we had to, you know what I'm saying? So here she
Absolutely.
goes. Here she goes. We're just gonna a little snippet, not too much, but here she goes.
All of us were born with our hair like this, and we just wear it like this because it's natural. Because the reason for it, you might say, is like a new awareness among Black people that their own natural appearance, physical appearance, is beautiful and is pleasing to them. For so many years, we were told that only white people were beautiful.
Mm-hmm. 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 So, it's connected to a whole new awareness of self, a whole new awareness how to
All
be.
right. So now she said some pretty she said some powerful stuff there, Cheryl.
Well,
About
it's about the awareness of the African self, the African center inside of the ascendance of slaves, and that erasing that kind of a memory and shifting us psychologically and emotionally to another awareness. And that is what that particular.
but now I like that Tiffany. We gotta give Tiffany a round of applause. Good Lord, and 8 nickels, girl. That's a bad little dang on little screen you got there. Let me give you a round of applause. Everybody, welcome Tiffany 89 to her cousins. We your cousins over here, girl. You know what I'm saying, Tiffany? We just be real. Tell the truth, yo. We telling the truth according to proof on America's favorite podcast about Afro hair. We are on our 46th episode, and tonight it is all about how has natural hair become fake. If you like this type of content, go ahead on and smash that thumbs up button. And Cheryl is just kind of walking us through right now. At some point, they said, you know what? If you alter it, it's you ain't Black. So now, well, did they say you were not Black, or were they just saying that we needed to? Because the straightening of the hair, were Black people trying to be white when they, because I know my grandmother would be like, Negro, please. But anywho, my grandma, you could not tell my grandmother no cultural appropriation. I'm gonna tell you right now. But so Cheryl, were Black people trying to acculturate with the straightening of our hair in the, from slavery up until, well, not slavery, but post, and then up until the 1960, So were we trying to be white? I know. Now, I'm not saying Miss Cleaver said that, guys. I'm not saying she did not say that. She did not say that in that video. But go ahead.
It's ironic because when Black men were straightening, and it was a survival mechanism, and it allowed us to adjust and to be able to create a lifestyle here after post, Jim Crow, and doing Jim Crow. And who doesn't want to kind of make their lives easier because of lack of African tools, or their toiletry bag, right? Who doesn't want to do that? But it's ironic how misogyny comes into it, because we never said Black men were trying to be white. Only when women were doing it. Now we want to question their Blackness. We want to question their commitment to being Black. Black men straighten their hair, conked it, straightened it, heat pressed it, fried it, dyed it, laid it to the side. No one walked up to Duke Ellington and said, you're trying to be white. No one went up to Lionel Hampton and said, you're trying to be white. No one went up to Nat King Cole and said he wanted to be white. And definitely did nobody approach James Brown and say, excuse me, James, Mr. Soul Power and Soul Brother #1, hardest brother in working, and nobody say, oh, you got to unstraighten your. They did not even approach it.
Ow! Cisco, bam, bam. You
So
don't want to
you
talk
know,
about that though.
so my point is all of the ideology that comes out of hierarchies, like patriarchy, all ideologies that come out trying to improve and mitigate the kind of oppression that we suffer from, they are in and of themselves kind of restrictive too. Christian or religion is restrictive. Other cultural practices and other religions, they're restrictive. Now they are built on trying to move us forward, but like the great mother of hair care, Annie Malone, she was not trying to make us identify as another race of people and to make us hate ourselves. That
Okay.
is not that she was trying to get us off the damn floors of white women and to mobilize us in a way to we could be presentable to be able to compete in a capitalist society. Now, when
So
shifts,
let me pause a little bit. So you're saying that when Madam C.J. Walker, Annie Turbo Malone, Sarah Spencer Washington, excuse me, all of these women were, stretching and all this other stuff to the hair. It really was not about acculturation or criticizing women's hair. It was really about giving Black women a chance to have their own jobs and make income and create a space for careers and all these other opportunities
then
and
nobody
sales.
said Satchel Paige did it. Nobody said it when any other black man did it. And nobody said when Barry Gordy had his Motown artists up there doing it. It's only, and we have to make sure that when we go back in the annuals of history, that we pick out and we make sure that all philosophies that are trying to move a collective forward, that sometimes inside of those ideologies and philosophies, they are quite restrictive and they are kind of harmful in terms of who we criticize. But as we create better conditions, right, as we elevate, right, we leave those really restrictive principles as we are trying to move into what we call the 1968, right, 1966 into 1975 and disco era, to where we were still, didn't nobody go up to no Barry White talking about, hey, brother, you trying to be white. Barry White was slapped the taste out of it. I mean, it's like what we did it to women, though.
Right. Now, okay, so we did it to women. Maurice is saying that in addition to what you were saying, not only was it about Annie Turbo Malone getting women employed and all and creating income, and he's saying that a lot of this was just a fad and a trend. So again, we're moving through the time period of how it became where fake hair is included in a law for natural hair. So we have some dynamics that's taking place within the Black community, because we went from niggas, Negroes, and now we're Black, now we're African Americans. So
Now, did you also forget that Mr. Morrow was a wig maker, and his first wigs were afros?
Stop it, Judy.
And Afro puffs.
What'd you say?
Yeah, you connected the Afro puffs.
Okay, all right.
But we never did the fake thing. They were pieces. It was art. And like Maurice said, it was fads. We treated them as fads. We weren't trying to tell you that it was our hair. It was style. It was fashion. It was trendy. That's what we did.
Okay. So Tiffany says, I concur. We've been wearing wigs for a very long time.
Guess who was buying?
Right. We got Dr. Spritz is rocking with us over on Instagram. What's up, Dr. Spritz? So Instagram, we appreciate you guys so very much. And again, we're just trying to work it through. At some point, it definitely became fake. And so we have some context on this hair, because we were in the space of getting in touch with our Africanity. Yeah. So when they were go ahead.
No, absolutely. I was
agreeing. Yeah. So the natural that the Panther Party and all them were talking about was not about accusing people of acculturating, but it was getting in touch with, you are a descendant from
You're
Africa. We are not niggers. We are not Negroes. We are Africans, but in the American context, we're going to call ourselves Black people because it had all of this intersectionality built in, and now they're trying to. Anywho, I digress. I mean,
Well,
don't
that's
hold
where
me.
the word Afro comes from. It means that you hold the ideology of Africa.
Damn.
In the North America, you are Afro. So when they say Afro-Cuban, Afro-Italian, Afro-Filipino, Afro-Asian, Afro-American, that is what it means, that you embody that there is a mother culture underneath your nationhood. That is
Damn. Damn. Come on, y'all. Cheryl, right quick. When you say something like that, if you're sure, show them how to hit that thumbs up button right quick, because no other, I'm telling y'all right now, I'm telling you the truth according to proof. Ain't no other podcast giving it to y'all like Cheryl and I. So what we want y'all to do right now, Cheryl just say, if you guys can go ahead on, because I know y'all feeling what she's saying. So go ahead on, and Cheryl's going to show y'all what y'all got to do right now. Go ahead.
Pampa me on, pampa me on.
So go ahead on and hit that thumbs up button, because that is what it is all about. I don't think we quite get, we're not taught about it like that. So we're moving through, right? We're coming on through the 60s. We just gonna keep going on through the 70s because it was still natural, right? So Diana Ross, and they wore their wigs. It was a clear distinction. You put your wigs on. Now I'm gonna pause right quick because I'm about to be petty. All right, Miss Tiffany, get ready now, because Kilo Loba. What's up, Esther? Hold on, we got to come on. We got my girl Esther is in the chat. Man, let me tell you something. Esther is like one of the coolest, most rawest, most realest, most trillest sisters that we've met on these podcast platforms. Esther, you are the bomb.com. We appreciate you so much for rocking it out with us. But I got to do a pause for the call, so y'all better get ready, because at some point, right, like I said, if they were clear. If it was growing from your scalp, right, it was natural. Now you have the wigs, right, and the falls. Remember they used to call them the hair falls? You just kind of put the half a wig on and blend your hair in the back. But it was clear that it was a wig, and it was for.
We were clear. Our philosophy, our collective philosophy, we were not pretending we were doing something that we weren't doing. This
right.
was an Afro naturalness era.
All right. And so now I just want to let y'all know now, in my era and Cheryl's era, did young girls like between the ages of 9 and 18, did they wear wigs to school?
Hell no.
So why back then? And I know Juju gonna be like, it was a different time. Juju, I just being a poo-poo starter, right? But why did our parents not allow? Because it ain't like the wigs or something. It ain't like they're any different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a wig is a wig is a wig is a wig. Okay. So why were we not allowed to wear wigs back then?
Because it was exclusive for grown women. It was it was like a Coach bag.
Now they say, they've been making wigs since back in the day as Queen Hampshire. So now, back in the time before Christ, did children wear wigs? Is there any documentation? Are there any historians in the chat that they wore wigs in BC?
Well, you have to. African cultures are not a monolith. They are doing different things simultaneously at the same time of existing. We don't have We do maybe have in Central Great Lakes region, Rwanda to Tanzania, Kenya, that we do have cores, but it is anti-Afrocentric to be restricted to one thing when it comes to one's body, one's spiritual anatomy. It is not we did not create this restrictive philosophy that you had to hold up the bloodstained banner for one collective if you do one or another thing.
Did y'all hear what she just said? It's just the most un-African thing to do. Is to try
Absolutely.
to box people in, okay? So and that's why I said I just wanted to make it abundantly clear now. That it just wasn't like that when we were growing up. Okay, so I'm just still kind of confused. And again, the topic on our 46th episode is all about has natural hair become fake? Fake. All right.
Yeah.
And so we're moving on through the times, all right? So now we're up to the natural hair movement. We're getting it, okay? We get it. You got relaxed hair, you got, some wigs and, so on. And now, at the beginning of the natural hair movement, children were not doing the added, and you didn't see all this. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning,
I think what's our African from the Gambia, wonderful Fatu. She says it very clearly. She was very clear when she said it at the college during the Afro Hair Science Summit in 2023. There is a rites of passage, which is in most cultures, but to say they did or didn't, and we should make sure that we have in our philosophy, try to create something in terms of, not just asking questions like that. What is the importance of it? Because
okay.
either they did or they didn't. And then I know we like to in the West, especially in Black America, we like to ask questions as if the evidence solidifies the point or the means. And so we have to make sure that Fatu teaches us from the people from the Gambia. There are certain braiding styles and certain rituals that are built for princesses, little girls, and as she grows and elevates, then as the scalp becomes more mature and starts growing adult hair, then other techniques are more appropriate.
Right.
Right.
And I think that when we see these types of hairstyles, and I'm glad you kind of check Kilo a little bit, because I've just been I'm from the hood, y'all. I'm real projectish. I'm just talking about me from the projects. I'm not talking about y'all. And so I feel that when we see these types of hairstyles, with the added hair on the children, this is where you hear other people in the natural hair community say that Africans are not the gatekeepers. What you're looking at on the screen here, this is African American Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you say to that?
And of course, because we are what we call descendants, that this is the expression is rooted in the mother tongue or the mother culture, but because the landmass, the lack of education or education, we winged it and we created and made it our own, which makes us distinctive due to the geographical and all the other socio-political, psycho issues, and even sexual issues, religious issues, and just Jim Crow. There's just a lot of elements that make us express ourselves differently. But African people do not judge it in terms of, in terms of that it's not legitimate, or it's not African or real, but it is Afrocentric, shall I
There
say.
you go. Okay, all right. That's what you know. Sure, gonna keep it 100. You know, Kilo, I'm a convoluted like a mud. Look at him trying to just mess up the kids' hair. Just God, y'all going to hell. Burn, 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 burn. Disco Inferno. So yeah, so they're saying, yeah, this is kind of whoa, this chat is kind of woo. Okay, let's see here now. They say, let's take it from you, Tiffany. We just gonna start right here. Bam. Enter Carol's daughter and Miss Jessie's. So now we understand that in the spirit of Africanity, African Americans have created their own culture when it comes to hairstyling, not to be the antithesis of being an African, but working in the confines of Jim Crow, of racism, of not having our toiletry bag. So this is why we see so much things we think that are truly appropriate. It's just us trying to survive with Cheryl cause their neurosis. All right. But now we're gonna go ahead on because now we're getting into it. All right. So Miss Tiffany entered the era of Carol's daughter and Miss Jessie's. So now you have this. I'm really trying to create this natural hair look. I want these coils, I want these curls because something about the afro had it been demonized, did we tease each other so much with A is for apple, J is for Jack? You got some big old naps in the back. Did we tease people too much? Hey, hey, what's the matter with your afro Negro? That stuff will never grow. Y'all, you gotta be from the hood to be teased like that. Okay, I just made Who's Who of Black Cleveland, and I said that I grew up. That was the best teasing. I mean, they used to tease. Oh, good Lord, at 8 nickels. And so now the afro, it's natural, but it's not the right kind of natural. Because remember, Chris Rock said, and I'm gonna find a clip. Don't nobody want that hair, okay? So now, what happened with Carol's daughters and Miss Jessie's? Because they was the ones that kind of pushed at the afro. It's natural, but it's a little too nappy.
Okay. Well, it stems from frizz. It stems from the word frizz, and it stems from the word low definition. All of the other issues that Black people psychologically already had, doesn't shine. It doesn't do this, and all of these attributes that we did like about relaxed hair, texturized hair, the curl. We were somehow thinking that we wanted to get that in a more of a non-chemical way. So therefore, they borrowed the word natural and then decided to do something to make hair that was indicative of Afro-ness of another era. They wanted to use that word, but they wanted curls that were more akin to biracial textures and not Black people's texture.
All right. How many people in the chat agree with Cheryl? All right, let's see what Instagram has to say. Oh, come on, everybody in the chat. The chat's pretty full. The building is looking, as they say over on other channels. They say the building. How many people really think that a lot of that was them just trying to make that Afro hair, have all the benefits, the chemical look, looking chemical, but without the chemicals. Are all okay? The whole chat was like, okay. Thank you, LB. Thank you so much, Dewey. So they said yes, they agree. But now the question is that possible? Because now we're about to move into the fake.
Right.
We're gonna cut through the chase. Is it let me just pull on up some good old fashioned, I'm just gonna pull up some afro hair. I ain't gonna turn this into rocket science, Cheryl. I'm just gonna go ahead on and just pull up a good old fashioned afro hair. All right. Let me scroll my little thing down. All right. I'm gonna pick this man right here. I used to love him. Oh, I used to love him so much. Let me just put his name. Okay, here we go. Oh, whoops. Here you go. Okay, there you go. Oh, did I lose them? All right. So here we go. So hold on now, y'all. Just hold your panties now. Okay, here we go. All right. So Cheryl, what we want to know is it possible to take Afro hair like this? Will it go round in circles? Come on, Cheryl. Ah, ah. Will it fly high like a bird up in the sky, y'all? Y'all don't know nothing about that dang on Billy Preston, okay? This is Billy Preston, right?
That's Billy Preston.
Okay, so Billy Preston has Afro,
Mm-hmm.
but he wants it made to look like this,
Right.
without chemicals.
Right. That's when you got biracial and you got some white folks in your family.
Okay, because Billy Preston's hair and this young lady's down here from Levant, right?
Now,
These three. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now you got to remember now. In the other era, to make Maurice's point, the girl right there, her hair wouldn't be appropriate for the Afro era because your hair had to be thick like Billy Preston's to have a bad ass Afro. So all of the biracial curl people was trying to make their hair thicker
to look like Billy Preston.
Built like Billy Preston's.
But now Billy Preston could put some water on that and get some. I'm just trying to walk through it, Cheryl. Okay, because now you got 4C. Now you then move into the era 4C, right? This young lady here.
Well, in that era, 4C made the best afros.
Come on now.
That was because you can be light skinned. Angela Davis is my complexion. She had 4C. It wasn't no light skin. You look at Kathleen Cleaver's hair, that shit was thick. Okay, she liked, you know what I mean? So everybody was trying to get that 4C from 1965 to 1975. You had to have that Jeffrey Daniels of Shalimar. You had to have that Michael Jacksons. You had to have that thick hair to have a really good afro.
But now hold on, because Michael Jackson hair was not like LeVar Burton. See, LeVar Burton hair,
there's always a spectrum. That's what Africa is about. So Africa is about
right. But I'm just trying to show the distinction. I want you to answer the question. Mm-hmm. Let me pull up LeVar Burton. Can you take LeVar Burton's hair
and downgrade it to make it look silky, curly, creamy, cracked, ringlets, coils? No, because it represents the Afro. You would have to downgrade it and make it have ringlets, curl definition. That was a movement starting in 1998 to 1999 up into the Y2K natural movement, trying to make Afro hair do something that it did not naturally do. So therefore, naturally is like an oxymoron.
All right. So ain't no way we was going to be able to take LeVar Burton's hair and turn it into anything like this young lady here or Billy Preston's hair. All right. So now, okay, we got y'all going. So now we got the real natural hair movement. We are officially into full swing. Where this is where we're at. Whoops, hold on. Stop sharing. Sorry. Sorry, Cheryl. Like, okay, what you doing? So now we are up at it. Here we are. It's 2024, and now you got your Crown Act. Let me show my clip because now they got natural hair. I don't know what I'm doing. The natural hair is so dang on. You can't even tell the difference between the fake and the natural. So here's a clip of now they did that here. So anywho, let me let the clip speak for itself. Here we go, guys. Take it away. Here we go. Fake over real.
Again, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I crocheted my hair for the first time. I decided to go with the visible part method because I just wanted to look as natural as possible. As you can see, I did a middle part, and then the back of it, I just braided it up and then rolled it all into each other. My hair after, before I was going to leave it curly and, big.
All right. So now remember, in the spirit of Africanity, You can be different and move this hair around. We're not merely implying that homegirl cannot put the crochet and rock the hair. But my concern is that when what I see in the hair salon as a professional is that they wear this hair so much now they can't wear their real hair, even to the point where they're calling the fake hair the real hair. I mean, they come to the hair, and some women they cannot go without this hair. And I'm not saying it's a new phenomenon. I'm sure in the 70s we had some people that, oh, let me get my wig, okay. But again, it was clear it was not their hair. I think in this case here, we're starting to see something behind the chair. And I keep saying the beauty industry, the barber, in our education, we are not brought up to snuff with what we are seeing in the hair salons and the barber shops with this type of hairstyle. And you saw her edges. Let me play it one more time. We're just not ready. We're just not. Here we go.
Again, today I'm going to be showing you guys how I crocheted my hair for the first time. I decided.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
So you saw the hairline. Now, do you know how hard it is to convince this young lady she's got to let this go? And you know they're not going to happen. So the schools, our education is not preparing the new, even me, I'm not. I mean, I've seen some stuff that I have just, need I tell? I want to tell you about a situation, but I can't because it would just be bad as a professional. But I'm seeing stuff in the salon that I'm not prepared to deal with.
Okay, well, tell us. Don't name no names. Just tell us.
So we had a guest come in, and she had tried to treat her hair with food, and it turned her hair a very interesting color, and we could not get it out. No education for this. We're not prepared. So we have a natural hair movement that is, of course, free to be as creative as they want to be. But when it is to the demise of their own scalp, the beauty professional, I mean, you got to be like, man, I don't care what happened to her. Doctors don't say that, So where do we go and what should be happening? Because people are saying, oh, New York now has a law, oh, Louisiana now has a law that you have to learn how to style natural hair, right? So take it away.
Let me cook here. Let me say this. We have, because of the way we started, very disconnected from most of the people who are on and viewing this with us. Hopefully they are professionals. As professionals, we are going to have to take a very compassionate position here. Okay. And we are going to have to probably dissolve ourselves from pointing fingers. I think the natural hair care world is aware that they have been off. They made it up as they went. They did not have a real good foundation because, and as I understand it, we have 3 type of education phases. You go to school and you get something for, just a license, and you get something to procure a license. Then you have this very experiential kind of experience from the salon, and you're in the salon, and that's how you accumulate a salon experience. And then you have this education force called the manufacturers, and then they take you through a whole bunch of, do it like this. And sometimes that contradicts our formal education with our professional education, because they're telling us how to do product knowledge. And so, but we have to be real compassionate at this point. But let me just say this. Natural hair care people at this point have created a wig and unnatural, or what we call fake hair market, because what the fundamentals of natural hair care are not sustainable without professional tool skill sets. They're not home to do these things at
But now they are touting because you have a whole YouTube community that has somehow misled. They have truly misled a nation, nations of people with textured hair, that you can do this stuff at home. All you have to do is follow me, and I'm going to show you exactly, what it is that you need to do. Blase Skippy. It is almost as, as uh, removed, the cosmetologist and the barber, from the equation of professional, or advice, or of consult. And so when you say that, they're saying you can, that you're going to need the professional help, but they're saying no, you don't need professional help, because
they're
Ladosha, you and your barbers and your license and all of your accoutrements of being licensed, you people have failed us when we decided we did not want to use your chemicals and your coloring and all of your toxic ass ingredients. And now we're going to make our own community. And so ye say what?
Right. Well, and they did. But here's the problem with that. Cosmetology is more than just chemical treatments, chemical upgrades, and chemical services. French braiding and the art of braiding and plaiting and locks and all of that happened in the salon environment first. It wasn't on YouTube. It wasn't on the internet. It wasn't on TV. Your ass had to go to school. And that is where your mother brought you, your grandmother brought you, and you went to the barbershop and you got these things done. The movement here was the disconnection from respecting what we call professional educational skill sets that were actually taught to practitioners who perfected their craft. They thought they could DIY everything and create what we call cult education. Now, 25 years later, it is unsustainable at home. So therefore, when the Asian told Chris Rock that no one wants Afro hair, no one wants this, no one wants that. Now, guess what? The natural hair care, because it's not sustainable, created the fake market. So now the hair actually automatically comes out of a box and on a wig head and walk into a store and say, I want that, because we created a word called what? And this is what the Crown Act is based on. The Crown Act is based on something called protective hairstyle. Now the protective hairstyle is now a quick and easy alternative because the skill sets never caught up to the natural hair care provider looking at the DIY. It was not a home, kitchen, or bathroom sustainable skill set. Now that they can't moisturize it enough. They can't. They're really disenfranchised and really unsatisfied with the results. So now they by accident created the wig model. So now that they can just just put it on, or they can just crochet it in, or they can just do this and then have the look and the allure and the cultural symbiology of what natural means to them in the 2000 season. Now it's so unsustainable by their own hands, and now they may come and shift. And cosmetologists that have weathered this storm have to be compassionate in order to help them fix it.
All right. So if you are a licensed barber, cosmetologist, and even a natural hairstylist, Miss Tiffany, let me give you a big round of applause. We're going to steal that. If you give us permission, we're going to go ahead on. And we're gonna give you your credit, and quote you. But the age of the protective hairstyle is very real. It's very detrimental. And Cheryl is saying to all of us who are working behind the chair in various capacities that this age of protective style, the age of protective style is to hair what you know where I'm going with this, right? What what they say is not real, global warming.
Ooh, yeah.
It's that serious.
Yeah. It is.
I mean, and so Miss Tiffany, that's a very powerful sentence that you gave us there, because I'm just seeing things that I'm just a little bit, it just truly concerns me. And so again, we have the Afro Hair Science Summit that's coming up, and it's our goal to help kind of mitigate and be a support. Like Cheryl said, we don't want to become bashers, and we don't want to be available to help people who are in this age of protective hairstyling where they don't really want to be bothered with this hair. So I'm going to show you a clip that we have here about the Afro Hair Science Summit, and it is brought to you, written and produced, not about the Blastmaster KRS, but none other than Cheryl Morrow. So I'm just going to cue this up here for you, Cheryl. Let me pause it right quick.
We hope you come out.
All right, here you guys go. The premiere, the official premiere of the Afro Hair Science Summit infomercial. Y'all ready? Come on, guys, and give us your honest to goodness feedback. Here we go. Hey, get your ass on that book. I'm about to tell your daddy on you.
This is the Hair Oracle. This October in Cleveland, Ohio,
is dedicated just for you.
The Afro Hair Science Summit 2024.
They don't know,
or they don't want to know,
or they just don't care about Afro hair in the barber and beauty industry.
Pack your bags and get ready for the most cutting edge education in the industry.
Everybody swears they are smarter than a cosmetologist and a barber. I don't even know what that's all about.
But don't you be petty about your business.
Ow! Good fucking bomb.
All professional barbers, cosmetologists, natural hairstylists, hair enthusiasts coming together in one room.
Damn, that's fire. Don't be petty about your business.
To get more aware of themselves and where they came from and what they are into and what is already there, and just to bring it out. This is what compels me to compel them. And I will do it by whatever means necessary.
Boom, shaka, laka, laka, boom. The church say amen. Let me know in the chat if you are feeling that banging commercial there about the Afro Hair Science Summit. You said the clip should include some clips from last year. Well, we do have some. This is our first one. And so we got some goodies, some more to come. So get ready. What's up, Rashida? My BFF is in the chat. Yeah, you guys like it? All right. So we appreciate you guys so much. There's more to come. We're going to do a whole lot more. We have some wonderful clips and stuff from last year that we can include. But we really want to do is just set the tone that our industry is not a joke. You know, I like the way you said that, the cult education. When natural hair becomes fake, you know, and in the age, as Tiffany, she did give us permission. She said, you got it, sis. In the age of protective hairstyling, we have to be able to be a source of refuge, a source of help, assistance, and guide people, because a lot of people are just really confused about this whole protective hairstyling, this not combing, not washing, this co-washing. You know, just putting so much stuff, you know, on the hair that's just so heavy, and the children, and they're going to need some place to come to. And we're going to need more education to be able to solve these problems, because, you know, this is very real. So this is a very powerful podcast. We're going to be back next week with Melanie Higgins Day of You've Got Curls and Hair Loss Center. And she's just, again, she's quintessential, has wonderful, she's got vending machines and colleges. She has all types of experts on her platform. You can go ahead on and vet her and check her out. She's on Instagram, she's on Facebook, and that's You've Got Curls. And she's a really good friend of mine. So, Cheryl, I think we got the reality is the question is, has natural hair become fake? The answer is unequivocally yes. It
Yeah.
has become fake. I never thought I would live to see the day where, I paid for, and then they back in the day it was kind of like a little joke, a little snapback, but now no, it's for real. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I know we're maybe we're a little lost. And but we are hairstylists. We have invested education and time and experience. We have our passion wrapped up into this. We have our oath of public safety. And we have made sure that our top professional is rooted in keeping ourselves educated and exposed to the best knowledge we can. And we have to make sure as they are exiting the great exodus out of the age of the protective hairstyle, and as we welcome them back into the true canon principles of Black hair care, and that all of this is our birthright, and we
Yeah.
just need to be a little more compassionate. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah, we do. We need
could,
to be Kingdom over on Instagram said she loved the video. Dr. Smith says, this has to die. We've gotta, I don't think it's gonna die, but it is, the seriousness of this the age of the protective hairstyles. We've got to get ready. And the Afro Hair Science Summit, remember now, this is not a hair show. This is a lecture. It's a class. So you're going to sit, you're going to learn. So it's a different learning type of an experience. I know most of us were used to going to hair shows and being, sold all types of hair care products and, styling tools and all this kind of stuff. We're going to have stuff for sale, but it won't be that kind of stuff for you to buy because, again, in the age of protective hairstyles, natural hair has truly become fake. And we need to be equipped with compassion and love and empathy and solutions to help people get ready to get back to their real hair.
And get back to wealth building. This is an industry that is quite in peril, and it is slipping out of not only our cultural um, heritage and heirloom and our culture, but it is now being really spread thin because the retail market is doing one thing, the wholesale market is doing another thing, the professional and the salon is doing another. So this is a space where we could talk about how to be a part of the solution and become empathetic for our cultural
Yes.
and not get so focused on the Y2K per se, but we are going to have to be the vanguards of leading us out of this era and back into the true canons of our inheritance, which is true Afrocentric beauty, regardless if it's in North America, South America, Africa, Europe, or Asia. And we just got to get back to being the leaders and start leading and being a part of the solution.
Right. And you know what? Sometimes, you're going to have to follow. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're going to lead, sometimes you're going to follow. So there's enough seats in the room for all of us licensed professionals to be prepared. But we have to be open to education beyond what we're used to be able to help people who really think that their fake hair is natural or just out of the, you know, scope of when to let that stuff go. But in the meantime, y'all put y'all weaves on, do what y'all need to do out here. We ain't don't do it now. We're not saying that now. Hold on now. Cheryl, have you ever wore a wig or a weave?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever wore a wig or a weave?
No.
No. I've never worn one either, not even for entertainment purposes only. uh,
And let me just say this: I want you guys to make sure that you join us because we are. I am in the middle of with my brother and in the political process, as we are with Ladosha and former Senator Shirley Smith. We are really trying to get in and to make the Crown Act put some teeth in it, and so we are really devoted to Crown Act 2.0 because we have the forces of the Supreme Court and we've got a lot of more teeth to put in it besides protective hairstyle. And it's not going to win cases in our lawyers. So we're gonna have to. We got a lot of work to get to do. And what's really the element in the soup, right? Is our empathy and willing to hang in with an era that was quite misguided. And even though we have professional opinions about it, we're gonna have to just get on one page, as the Jewish wonderful Jewish community says, put a sock in your mouth and just kind of bear it there.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Well, Ken Kingdom just let me know this is your stylist. What's up, Special K? We call her Kendra the colorist with a K. Is in the chat over on Instagram. Y'all, Instagram, I don't know. Let me give Instagram a big round of applause because Instagram just came through. Like when we come through, we coming in like 50, 100 at a time. So I want to give Instagram a big old fat round of applause because we appreciate you guys. We can't do all the things on Instagram that we can do on the other ones. So, but we can give you guys a big round of applause. We want you guys to come back and join us next week on Monday. We have the afternoon that's specifically for cosmetology students. So you think you can do hair? And then we'll also be back here on Monday evening. And then next Thursday, don't forget, it's all about Miss Melanie Higgins Day of
don't be
Use
dissing
That
Jane
Curl.
Clark. Man, that's
ow. Let me put that up. Cheryl said, hold up, back up, Dosh. Hold up.
well, I mean,
Let me go back. You're right. Hold on. Here she is. Yeah, so we got 4-part series. We're going to be on part 3 with Miss Jane Carter, the lovely, lovely founder, formulator, former CEO of Jane Carter Solutions. Just in case you forgot what it looks like, she's no longer associated with that brand, but she's been dropping mad jewels that she has a new product that's going to be coming out, and that she can do drop shipping. You can also do some helping with the sales and make a little extra money if you about that life. So Jane is going to be back with us on Monday at 6:00 p.m. Part 3, and don't forget the link is in the chat with our interview of last week with Dr. Leah Love. So we're going to be back again next week. So we appreciate you guys so much. Yes, it is the students. Drop the IG in the link. Okay. I don't know how to do that, but I will do it afterwards because I don't know how to do it on there now. Okay. Y'all know, I'm trying to get it together, but I got you, Tiffany. I will drop it. But yes. Oh, by the way, the Afro Hair Science Summit is free for barbering and cosmetology students. Also natural hair. If you're a student of natural hair, that is definitely free. All right. Okay, Cheryl. So I think we did a good job. We'll be back. It was very powerful. Everybody liked it. Juju, Kay, Maurice, Esther, Live, Work, Clean, Lawana, Rashida, again, Tiffany, my brother Shan, Dewey, Theo, so many wonderful people stopped by. We appreciate you all so much. So come back and join us next week on Planet Pluto Pseudo, or again Monday afternoon. So you think you can do hair? And then Jane, y'all know Jane, though. Jane, stop this crazy thing. Remember that?
Jane, stop that crazy thing.
If you know anything about Jane, stop this crazy thing. Drop it in the chat. I ain't gonna even tell y'all. Jane, stop this crazy thing. They don't know nothing about that. I'll have the clip for you just in case you don't know about Jane. Stop this crazy thing. You guys have a wonderful evening. Excuse me. My allergies are just like, ugh. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back. And Cheryl, you my cat and all that, okay?
Hey, no problem.
All right, you guys are the absolute best. Remember, drop in the chat if you know anything about Jane. Jane, stop this crazy thing.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb.